What's going on today, team? Sage here, aka the Golf Hackr. Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I'm bringing you a classic Hackers edition of What's in the Bag. I had a few requests for this along the journey so far, so we're going to quickly whip through the bag. I'll show you what sticks I've been working with to date, as I'm toying with the idea at the moment of making some updates soon. So it'd be great to get some feedback on what else is out there and what could be a goer for my bag. We've also made some good progress over the last couple of weeks, so I'll give you a quick update on the golf after that. But for now, let's have a look at what's in the bag. So about 2 years ago, came over to the UK. I needed a new set of clubs, so jumped onto eBay, found this deal, £380 for the bag, the clubs, a few balls and things, and that was me done. Didn't do too much research into the clubs themselves, but they've been doing the job to date. So let's take a closer look at each club in the bag. First off, we have the big stick, the TaylorMade burner driver, 9.5 degree loft, 460cc titanium carbon composite head, whatever that means, and the regular Matrix Ozix X-Con stiff flex shaft. So we have a bit of a love-hate relationship, me and this club. It tends to go well on some days and awful on the others. To be fair, that's often had me leaving it in the bag, but with Caroline's guidance, I've started to bring it out more often. I'm only going to get better hitting the driver by using the driver, so it's coming out more often. It's one area of the game where I'm yet to get any specific coaching, and to be honest, there's nothing quite like the feeling of hitting a big one straight down the middle. So I'm quite looking forward to getting into that with Caroline, hopefully some stage soon. If I get a good strike on this club, I'm hitting it anywhere between 230 and 260, 270 yards. In the hybrid section of the bag, we have the 3 hybrid TaylorMade Jetspeed, 19 degrees of loft, and the Velox T75 stiff flex shaft. We also have the 4 hybrid TaylorMade burner rescue, 22 degrees of loft this one, and the TaylorMade RE AX65 shaft, again stiff flex. With these clubs, it's always been a case of not really having the confidence to hit with them. So when I first started using these clubs, I would never reach for them, particularly not or specifically not if I was hitting off the deck in the fairway. I had such a tendency to top the ball. Whenever I was standing over the ball, I just had a feeling it was going to happen. And anyone that has played the game knows if you're feeling like that as you stand over the ball, very rarely you're going to end up with a result that you were looking for when you swing the club. But again, with Caroline's help, I'm starting to reach for these more often, which has been really useful because some of the par 5s now, with the help of the hybrids, I'm starting to get close to looks in 2 shots. So again, I think what's been useful for me with these clubs is not trying to take the pants off the ball when I swing the club, by taking a little off the swing, making sure I get a good connection, letting the club do the work for me. That's generally what leads to the result I'm looking for. So with the 3 hybrid, I'm looking at around 230 yards on a good strike, and the 4 hybrid 210 to 215 yards. Onto the irons now. We have the King Cobra FP irons, 5 to sand wedge, NS Pro 1030 regular steel shafts. It's not like I'm very familiar with how a lot of clubs feel, but these have seemed to do the trick and have a really nice soft feel off the face when you do get a clean strike. Caroline has hinted that a bit longer of a shaft, or maybe slightly upright, might be better suited to my height. I'm just over 6 foot tall, but I haven't bothered to explore that just yet. On a good day, I'm striking my 5 iron around 200 yards, and distances work down around 10 to 15 yard increments to my pitching wedge, which is about 125 yards, and sand wedge, which is about 110 yards on a full swing. We also have a Cleveland 588 RTX 50 degree wedge. I hit this about 110 to 115 yards. But I don't really have a particular time when I'll use this club, as I'll generally just use my pitching or my sand wedge, although this club has tended to be my club of choice when I'm around the greens. with my pitching wedge at 48 degrees and my sand wedge at 54 degrees. I'm possibly missing something a little higher to help me execute those shots when you need to get up and down fast, land it soft on the green without too much roll. That's not a shot I can execute easily at the moment, so perhaps a higher lofted wedge would be useful for that. Last but certainly not least, we have the Odyssey Tri-Ball SRT putter. SRT stands for Saturn Ring Technology, but as you can see, mine does not have that technology on the club. This is how the putter came when it arrived from the seller on eBay. It still works somewhat with it as it is. While I had some early troubles with speed on this putter, I had it regripped, and well, I can't say that it's completely fixed my issues, but it certainly is much more comfortable in the hand with the Super Stroke putter grip on there. This is probably one of the first areas of the bag I may look to update, as I used a different putter while I was back in NZ, and that was much more comfortable, and I had some good results with that. So those are all the clubs in the bag, but I thought I'd make mention of the app that I'm using as well to score. I do have an Apple Watch, and that's been handy. I've been using Swing U to date, which has been good for distances. It tracks your scores. It also has a strokes gained function in there, but while I was using it, I did find it hard to use this. The usability wasn't great, and I've actually since switched to Golf Shot in the last couple of weeks, and this app has been great for tracking all sorts of different statistics, where you're hitting fairways or where you're missing fairways, your greens in regulation, your number of putts per round. It's starting to track all that for me now, so hopefully down the line I'll be able to get into a little more statistical analysis of the development of my game. As far as balls go, I don't tend to play any particular ball. I have bought refurbished Nike balls online in the past, but at the moment I'm still running on quite a few which I found in the bush. You do find the occasional Pro V1 when you go into the bush searching for a lost ball, which is one benefit of being a hacker, so it's not all bad. So that's what I've been working with to date. Would love to get some feedback from you on where you think my bag needs some updates. Let me know in the comments down below where I should be looking first. So over the last couple of weeks I've recorded a couple more scores in the 80s, including an 84 and another 83, so that's brought my handicap down to 13.3, so we're in touching distance now of that target of under 13 by mid-April. Still got a few weeks to go there, so one or two more really good scores should do it for me, and that'll really set me off on the right foot as we enter into this next period of the journey. Big summer of golf ahead, really looking forward to getting stuck in, but let me know in the comments down below if there's any specific content you want to see. It would be great to hear what you would find insightful. I do want to help other golfers that have aspirations to drop their handicaps, so please do let me know in the comments down below. But that's it for this week's episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next week. Take it easy.